Elena, it's the afternoon after the last match in Lugano. I think we are both tired still. How was your day so far?
I mean, it hasn't been long because I woke up a little bit earlier before this. It was a long night, but a fun night, so I'm glad about that. I'm definitely gonna be getting some more sleep this afternoon, maybe a nap or something. I feel tired, but I mean, it's good. Since we won yesterday, it doesn't really matter, just the feeling of the winning and stuff is just more. Yeah, I just FaceTime my parents and my best friend from home, caught up on some things, and yeah, honestly, I've been just like laying around in bed and appreciating my slow morning. Yeah.
So, I think it was a big relief for the team, for the entire team yesterday, right? So, can you describe the feelings after the game?
Yeah, I think it was a big relief, but also like a great feeling of happiness because we played really good. We had a great rhythm. I think, uh, the momentum was with us. So I think we're also just very excited that we had this performance because we have been working really hard, and after especially losing last week, this week we're all very like on it, like way more, and just very hungry to go out and play and beat them and win this game, and you know step by step, getting closer to our goal.
So before the match, I could really feel that there was a lot of tension with everybody. So when I arrived, Hoshi asked me, "Are you nervous?" And I thought, okay, so the team is sort of nervous. Was that the?
I think it's something that everyone deeply cares about. So obviously, like there was tension and kind of this stress that we were able to put into like make it a good stress, like go out and play and find a good rhythm within everyone. And yeah, I mean, I know I was definitely stressed, but in a good way, like excited, eager to go out and play. Yeah, I feel like always, the moment before the game, especially like either at home or away, just you know by the time like the warm up starts and you're waiting, you're about to play, and till like you touch the first ball, it's always like a little bit of tension and stuff. But I think it's good. I think you need to have that tension or like a little bit of stress to like go out and perform.
Mhm, mhm. So what I'm interested in also is the week before the match. Have there been major changes in the team, in the way the team plays, or what did you focus on in that week?
I think it was mostly just we studied our game, the game we lost. I talked about it a little bit, how we felt, within each other and like the team and everything. So we saw what we didn't do good, why maybe we didn't perform as well, and focused on, you know, trying and do better and fix those things. And whatever didn't work on Saturday, and just make it work in this game. But also, like, it's always like you practice or you play the way you practice. So I think we're just very on it in practice to just work on the things that we want to do also in the game,
Mhm,
if that makes sense. Yeah.
mhm. It sort of makes sense, yeah. So what things were this?
Sorry, what was that?
What things were this in detail?
Oh,
Yeah, just one
uh,
example, maybe.
well, a lot of defense, a lot of blocking. I don't want to get into too much detail,
Sure.
but yeah, it was a lot of defense blocking, and having that killer instinct to go out and kill the ball, not just, shot around or whatever. Good timing within the setter and the attacker, good serving, things like that. Like everything matters.
Mhm.
It's the little things that make the difference a lot of the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, just being like extra focused and play good within each other, but at the same time, like do not forget to have fun and enjoy the game,
Mhm.
because tension and stress might be good and tactics and all of that and watching film, but at the end of the day, like absorb the information and put it in action, but also like have fun with it, enjoy the game, because that's when we all play our best, I think.
I see. I see. So then the next question is, it's only a few days until the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how will you keep the tension after the joy? Is that sort of problematic? Is,
um
you
I,
know, so the psychological situation is different after the win than after lose, right? So,
Yeah, but like a win is great, but I think we haven't achieved really anything yet. It's a long way to go. So I'm sure the hard work and the tension and like all this good energy will still be there.
mhm,
We'll definitely take advantage of the winning feeling and use that good energy in practice and stuff, and again go on Wednesday and perform our best. Yeah,
mhm,
we haven't
yeah,
really achieved anything yet. It's a long way, and we have other games after also on Wednesday. So like who
mhm,
knows how this series will go. So we just need to push every single game until
yeah.
like we reach our goal basically.
So I wanted to take the opportunity to also introduce you a little bit better to the Düdingen fans. I mean that you obviously did some interviews with some other media,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean it's sort of an opportunity to just go into more details. So
Sure.
you're from Greece, from
Yeah.
Saloniki,
Yeah. Yeah.
started playing there, and then you went to the US. This is what everybody knows. So the first thing is you played for St. Mary's College, which is in California, right? Uh,
Yeah. That's
3 seasons, and then you changed to Kansas State. So for a European person, this sounds a little bit strange because I mean you were a student. At which university are you enrolled, or were you enrolled, or
right now.
yeah?
Uh, um, I am enrolled in Kansas State University. So the university I was at like the past year. I'm just finishing up my studies. Yep.
Yes. Um, we come to this a little later. Uh, were you always in Kansas State, but then played for the St. Mary's College, or did you switch the universities? How
So,
did this work?
so I went. No, I was first at St. Mary's College of California for 2.5 years, and I was a student athlete there. So started my studies there, and I was playing for them. So it's like a package. Like you do the studies and you also play for the team. Um, so yeah, I played there for 3 seasons, and with COVID and stuff, things were a little bit mixed up. And I also did beach volleyball there.
Mhm.
And then I transferred to Kansas State, where I transferred my studies and the credits and continued my studies there and played for their team. And there I played for only 1 season. I only had one remaining season.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did my senior year
Mhm.
in Kansas. Um, and I would still be there for the spring semester, but there's no volleyball during the spring semester in terms of conference and games, just practices and school. So I just took the advantage of, maybe coming overseas. Like that was what I was thinking of, and coming back to Europe and playing and just finishing up my studies. And I'm just really lucky that Kansas gave me the opportunity to, uh, still finish up my school. And yeah, they've actually been amazing with me and helping me
Mhm.
and stuff. So
So,
yeah.
so you said you're still finishing your studies. Is that
Yeah.
online or are
Yeah.
these just exams or how should I think about it?
It's online. I'm taking classes online.
Uh, but then there's a time gap between Europe and Kansas, right?
It's not it's they're recorded. I can do them at my own time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. And it's your final year, as if I understand this right. So there will be a degree hopefully very soon. Is that true?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Then you will finish your degree very soon, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Because
in
it's
this
the fourth year, right?
yeah, in the
Yeah.
summer.
So which topic is it?
Communications study.
Communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So really good at it, I think.
Thank you.
Another thing I wanted to ask about the US system, because I think we are all not used to it, is there are
Hmm.
several conferences. Um, but the final one in Kansas was called the Big 12 Conference. That sounds sort of big. Is it just a name, or is it in fact a conference between more important universities?
So you can just think about it as the states just being like a huge country. So there are like so many teams. So they had to like divide it up in
Yeah.
conferences. So yeah, Big 12 is one of the conferences of the country. Like yeah, it's actually one of the best in the country. Along with Big 10 and Pac-12.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, we had like 8 teams in our conference. I'm not sure of the exact number. So yeah, Big 12 was the name of our conference.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So then you finished that season as you explained, and how did it happen that the contact to Düdingen was made?
Through my manager.
Yeah. So you have a manager, and obviously then an open position in Düdingen popped up
Hmm.
at the manager, and the manager told you.
Yeah,
So how did you decide to come to Düdingen? Did you have several offers, or was it just one offer, or?
yeah, I had several offers. But I really like the Düdingen offer, obviously. I think it's very important for a team to have such goals, going for the championship and stuff. Um, I think Switzerland is a great country. And yeah, just putting it down and seeing my options and stuff with my agency and
Mhm.
talking through it and watching some film, whatever, I came down to the decision that Düdingen was the best decision for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were a good decision for Düdingen too, as we
Thank you.
know. So we didn't mention that. I don't know if this was to see in the video stream. You were MVP actually last night. And you had, I don't really exact call it about 20 kills. Correct me if I'm wrong.
18.
18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wow.
Thank you.
And also, I mean, you were really stable in the receptions as far as I saw on the game statistics. So maybe it was deserved to be MVP last night.
Thank you. Honestly, I think everybody deserved to be MVP last night. I thought it was a great team game and we all had a great performance as a team. At the end of the day, MVPs really don't matter. I think it's mostly like having a great game with your team,
Mhm.
and it's a team sport. Like someone's gonna pass, someone's gonna set, someone's gonna attack, but everybody like it doesn't really matter who gets the point. Like everybody has done something to get that
Ob-
point. So
Obvious,
I, yeah,
yeah,
I
obviously.
think. yeah, I think I enjoyed so much the game yesterday. It's one of those games that just remind you like why you love this sport so much. And it was a great feeling being on the court with the girls, and yeah, it was great.
So uh, just a fun fact, you seem to like cats, right?
Well, it's kind of I actually don't like cats, honestly. It was kind of a yeah, coincidence
Yeah.
that
So
my
we should
previous
explain, right? So the
yeah, I
Kansas
guess
team, the name
yeah.
of the Kansas team.
We yeah, well, it was also like our mascot,
Yeah.
the Wildcat actually, not
Yeah.
Power Cat, but I think it's the same thing. So yeah, that's kind of funny.
Mhm. So another question I wanted to ask is when you arrived in Düdingen, obviously it was a new team, and maybe because it wasn't in the US and the college system, maybe also a different way of playing volleyball. So what were the differences between in the
I think
US and
I
here?
think European volleyball is different in like so many ways from college volleyball, not just Düdingen or Switzerland. Like I think European volleyball has its own style. Yeah, the volleyball in the States was maybe like a little bit faster, more about power, not as much about technique. They have a different ball. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a different style here, which
Mhm.
I personally I like more European volleyball. Yeah, maybe because I grew up with it, and maybe I'm a little bit
Mm.
biased, but yeah,
Yeah, maybe because you grew up in Greece and like these were the first teams you played in, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So what does it mean, more technique oriented? What does this mean?
I think we just pay attention more to technique and how to handle the ball with your body, not just arms or whatever. Um, and just the way you learn volleyball since a young age, and you just adapt to that and learn certain techniques. I honestly like don't know how they teach volleyball in the States in young ages because I was never there. Um, but I feel like there are some big differences on how players play.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're like European volleyball is also like really powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, um, very powerful. But I just think it's like the way you learn, and yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. The ball you said is different. So is there a difference in weight or what is it?
I mean, it's a different brand, and I
Mhm.
think this one here is more bouncy in a sense. Like the one back in the States, it's kind of like more heavier, and also the texture is different. Yeah.
Mhm. Which means that so the texture, where is it important when you serve or for the
I
setup
think
or
definitely serving. Like I remember one of my coaches teaching me in the States to like serve with like this part of
Mhm.
my arm down here, like when I would like touch the ball to serve instead of the middle of my palm. Whereas here, I think it's definitely the middle of your palm.
Mhm.
And maybe setting when it comes to texture, it's different. Um, Setting the one ball or the other, I don't know. Mita will know more about that.
Mita will know.
But yeah, and I think also in attacking, I feel like you need to have a lot more power to spike with this like at the end with the same amount of power like the two balls. Like the one in the States requires you more power, I think, just because it's more heavy
Mhm.
and not as bouncy in a sense, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And definitely passing is also way different passing the ball back in the States and the ball here.
So what
And
are
they,
the differences there?
yeah, I think they teach a lot more platform techniques and not as much body and legs when you pass.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, every coach can kind of teach their own way, but like from my experience, I've seen like definitely a difference when I had to pass back in the States. Like it was way more arm work and platform
Hmm.
and kind of just creating space and getting your body out of the way. Whereas here, you can pass like that, but also like using your legs is very important. And yeah.
Maybe just a quick footnote. So when you talk about passing, I mean, you showed with your arms what you mean, right? There's a little confusion because the Swiss say pass to what Mita does. So she's the passes, right?
Oh well,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But I think everybody got the context.
Okay, good. Because you call this setting and
Yes,
English, I guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So did you have to get used to the other way of passing, or how was that
Yeah,
transition?
definitely. I had to change a lot of things when I went to the States when it came to technique, and
Hmm.
at the same time coming back here, it was not quite as hard of transition because I came back to my old ways and trying also to combine what I had learned and kind of mix everything up and see what works and what doesn't and whatever. But yeah, I think I definitely had to change some stuff going there, and even learn some stuff from scratch, which took some time.
All right, Elena, that was very interesting. Thank you so much.
I'm glad.
Um, just a
Thank you.
reminder to everybody who's watching this, next match will be on Wednesday
Yeah.
at 8 in Düdingen.
Yep. Be there.
And we hope for a big crowd there, right?
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
And then just continuation of where you stopped last night.
Yeah. For sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview. Thanks for having me. And yeah, can't wait for Wednesday.
Yeah, me neither. So, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.